Seriously, does anybody in Gotham have a light bulb? NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of On Screen. We made it. It's finally the end. I know the holidays are going on, all this craziness, but we got to put a capstone on a season that has been pretty solid of a little show called Titans. And boy, I'll just give some remarks on the season as a whole. This show is a show that I did not think was going to work from the trailer. I think this show is a great example of having a bad trailer and a great product. I also think this is a great example of a show having a bad first episode and then getting very good. This is an example of something that, by all accounts, from looking at the cover of this book, it should not have worked, and it ended up being very enjoyable. So props to everybody who is involved in the show, you know what I'm saying? The actors, actresses, directors and stuff, because this show ended up being so good that, I mean, you've heard me say many times, I wish these episodes had about 10 or 15 more minutes to them because I enjoyed them so much. So yeah, I'd have to say that this show has been continually good and has really given us a nice look at these heroes and given us implications about their deeper world, and I've really enjoyed it. So now let's get into the episode, which is mainly about Robin and the darkness. And he's talked about the darkness a lot during this season. And when you get something like that, now you know kind of what that darkness leads to, how he, how scared he is of it, how much he fights to keep it at bay. When you get this kind of, I guess, dream or fantasy that Trigon puts him in. And, I love seeing what he wanted, the things that he thought would be, just perfect, just right, and how he would love things to go. Like him being with Dawn, having a family, having a little boy, probably a little girl on the way. And him and Dawn look like they're in a great relationship, wonderful house, little picket fence, the pool and everything. The things that he probably wishes that he was able to have when he was younger. Just so much inside of the Rachel and the Gar and both of them in college, and them being happy together and them coming home for, well, not home, but coming over for Thanksgiving, or coming for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and enjoying a family vibe and just being together and enjoying each other's company and being a tighter unit and not having to worry about, fighting people, running away from assassins and stuff, and just living what he would consider like a normal, natural, fruitful life. We also get to see that something in his fantasy, in his mind, wants to be able to save Bruce. And we get that when Jason shows up. He talks about, Bruce is going crazy. We need your help. And we need you to come save Bruce, to come, fix Bruce, change Bruce, talk to him, talk him down from the ledge. And yes, I know that this is something that Trigon gave to him to give him many paths, but I think Trigon mixed his wants and his dreams and his fantasies with the options and the choices that he could make. So I think it's not all Trigon's doing. I think it's Trigon reading his inner needs and fantasies and using them as the storyline mentally as he's going through it. And when we get to Gotham, everything turns just bad. And you realize how bad Gotham can get if Batman isn't there. I mean, the second Robin arrives, or the second Dick arrives, he gets in the taxi, dude's like, where you want to go? He's like, I want to go downtown. He's like, I don't go there. All right, can you take me to Midtown? I don't go there. He's like, look, I don't go no lower than 99th. You know what I'm saying? He's like, where's a good hotel? He's like, something 4 hours away from here. So you see that it's just a cesspool. It's becoming just worse and worse and worse every day. He's riding down the street, see people getting beat up, slammed. You know, he goes to this hotel. It's horrible. You know, there's a woman getting beat up in the next room. And what's worse is when we finally get a chance to hear anything about Batman's movements, we see that the Joker has been killed, seemingly. And that's what kind of sets the rest of this off to most of the decisions that I guess Trigon would want. And with all of this together, I'm wondering how much of this is Trigon impressing Gotham, or this being the Gotham that Dick always saw when he was out there on the street. Is this something that he always saw or imagined Gotham would become? Because, you know, of course, we're taking some of Dick Grayson's mind and then Trigon kind of twisting some of it too. So I wonder if this is how Dick Grayson always saw Gotham, with or without Batman. You know what I'm saying? That's something for y'all to chew on for a second. Now, of course, we got a ton of stuff like your boy Bruce Wayne to get to in just a moment. But first, of course, KURO Brand gonna help us pay them bills. Oh yeah, take that link below, hat, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, of course, cop it. So let's get into Bruce and Joker. We see him dead on the ground. And when I saw that, I was like, yo, wow. This is, so Batman truly is broken. He's done. Now, of course, many people might say that Batman is a half measure. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep, you know, locking up this one guy and letting him get out and kill 10 or 12 other people when you could just kill one guy and save however many folks that he would kill in the future. Now, of course, you could get into the whole pre-crime of things where it's like, well, how do you know he's gonna kill the next time he gets out? But I think with people like the Joker, you kinda know. But with all that said, we get a very touching, a touching plea from Dick Grayson to Bruce when he comes to Wayne Manor, which once again needs light bulbs. The hotel needs light bulbs. The Arkham Asylum needs light bulbs. The Wayne Manor has the same amount of lights when ain't nobody there as the amount of lights when somebody was there. But look, don't worry about that. The conversation between him and the wall was very touching because he's like, look, you know, I know you. You know me. You know, I care about you and I know things are getting bad, but I can help you. I can fix this. I can stick by you and help you get through this. Unfortunately, Bruce ain't trying to hear it. And when he walks off, you do see a moment where it seems like Bruce is reflecting on it slightly, but I don't know if he's really into, you know, maybe he's too far gone at that point. But of course, this is also Trigon's doing, so you have to think about that as well. But just that the way he poured out his heart to him, I like that because it shows that even in his deepest reaches of his subconscious or whatever we're in, that he wants Bruce to be okay. He wants to protect Bruce. Even when they go to get the SWAT team and all that, he still impresses upon them like, yo, we want to take him alive. And when he comes over the loudspeaker, he's like, we want to take him alive. And it's that part of him that shows that just deep love between him and Bruce, like that father and son role that they kind of just fell into. And now that, you know, of course, Commissioner Gordon's gone, Alfred's gone, there's no one else there to really rein Batman in and say, yo, man, you're going too far. You're tripping right now. So you get to see that kind of like loss before he loses Batman. Now, with all this said, you do have another part of his psyche there, which is, you know, your girl Corey. And seeing her as an agent, seeing her attack Batman as a last-ditch effort, and seeing him kill her is what I think kind of shifts Dick Grayson's tone. You know, they blow the bombs and everything, but this is where you finally see the moments of the darkness start to seep into him. And I think it's I think Dick Grayson does a great job of keeping the darkness at bay until that fist hits flesh. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy in the hotel, once he starts hitting people, once he starts exerting that energy, it fills him. That rage it builds up in him. And I don't think he always knows when to stop. Like, when Batman killed Corey and killed all those cops and, he finally had the opportunity, he could have gave him mercy, but honestly, should he have? And now, of course, he failed Trigon's test and, he accepted the darkness and all that. But if this wasn't a test by Trigon, should he had let him live? As dangerous as he had been on a warpath, killing, doctors and patients and all kinds of stuff in Arkham, killing Joker, killing officers. Could it stop? Would it stop? You know what I'm saying? Is that one of those things where you have to step in and say, look, this is beyond the courts and stuff. He's got to go. But guys, holla at me. I'm going to holla at you. Down in them comments, let me know what you would do with Batman in that case. Like, forget the Trigon stuff. What would you do with Batman in that case? Because do you lock him up? Or do you say, I've got to stop you? So with all that said, I love the fact that we're still at the house. That leaves us a lot of stuff to deal with in the next season because, of course, Starfire and Wonder Girl are still outside. We have Raven inside begging for Dick Grayson's life. There's so much going on. And of course, the post-credit scene with Superboy and Crypto. Who knows where that's going to go? Let's speculate down there. I'm a bounce. But before I bounce, we're going to tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check me out right there. All my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt player. Don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There is no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, Gotham would be so much better if people would just buy light bulbs. Jesus. Peace.